الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن وقال تعالى ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين. So my dear brothers and sisters, inshallah today I'm going to teach the main principles of Dawah. What is Dawah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and how to do it properly. At the moment, no doubt, in the world, there are so many Muslim groups, men and women both, and they're very active and they're involved in the work of Dawah. So we have to look really that, what are the mistakes that the people, commit, and then they have to face, the consequences of those mistakes, and what was the right way of the prophets and messengers, how the Quran has taught. So that we have to learn. So one thing, is very important to understand that in this religion, the knowledge must be taken from the Quran and from the Sunnah. That is the most sound source, no doubt about that. The Quran, the book of Allah, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches you. He teaches you how to worship Him, and also He teaches you how to call people to worship. And the Quran is full of the stories of the prophets and messengers who all the time have been calling people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we don't need to go anywhere else. We need to learn from the Quran. We need to understand from the Quran. And similarly, the Seerah and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, last messenger, and whole his life is Da'wah. So how he has been living his life of Da'wah, we can learn from the books of the Hadith and the sound sources. So these are two important sources. But unfortunately, most people in this world, when they learn, they don't go to the sources. Very often they learn from the society where they live. That's what they learn. People's knowledge comes from the society for any move. They don't make effort to find out what is the right source. People learn from their parents. People learn from their houses, people learn from their friends, people learn from the society around them, and very often they don't make effort really that what is actually the most sound way. And you can see, and also people learn from Muslims and non-Muslims both, and especially in Da'wah, it has become so bad that it is not the Muslims learn from their own society. Many things that Muslims follow in the field of Da'wah, they have taken from the Christian missionaries. Just want to copy them. How they preach, Muslims also want to preach, in the same way. And certainly there is no barakah in this. There is no blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when people follow the way of non-Muslims while calling to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these things should be, learned properly. And certainly, no doubt, whenever you take any wrong step, certainly you can do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed people to take a right step and also to take wrong step. You can do. You have full choice. People go right way, people can go wrong way. People have full choice to choose between wrong step and right step. But when you choose the wrong step, then you cannot change the consequence. You have to face the consequences. Before choosing, you have full right to choose the right way or wrong way. But once you have chosen, you cannot change the consequences. You cannot change the outcome. Outcome will come, according to your choice. So that's what we need really to understand properly. And similarly understand many things that we are doing in the world. And we think we are doing, the work of Da'wah. Most of them are just community work. People do community work and they think they are doing work of Da'wah and work of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Community work maybe is very, very important, but they are not Da'wah. So that we have to understand that, we have to distinguish between both things. So, people do certain things, no doubt really, charity and this and that, collecting money, helping, homeless people and this and that. Many things people do, for Muslims and non-Muslims, and they're very, very important things. But they are not necessarily Da'wah work. They could be more related to the community work. So sometimes people have confusion. They think everything is Da'wah. So inshallah, those things I will explain in detail. But one thing, first, before starting, one thing keep in mind, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not make this world based on the feeling and the mood. It is not that you create certain mood and something will happen. The world is not based on the mood. It's not the feelings. That you get a feeling, you think you are worshipping Allah. Sometimes people think they have certain feelings. Sometimes tears come from your eye and your hearts are moved. You think you are right. The world is not based on the moods or the feelings. So that should be, don't make moods and feelings as criteria. Don't make that, you feel something happy or certain mood. It means you must be right. Don't make it like that. This world has been based on real facts, realities. If you follow the realities, then you get the success. If you don't follow them, it doesn't matter what your mood is. And if you follow the realities properly, even if you don't have any mood, it doesn't matter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has based this world on the real facts. That's what very often people keep missing. They want to have some feeling. Religion is not a feeling. Religion, the religion, you can see, for example, in this world, when people talk about this world, there are two types of the people: scientists who study the facts of the things, and the poets. So, like for example, the rose in the garden, you can see the scientists also discuss about the rose of the garden, and also the poets. But it's a two different thing. What scientists actually teach you, they're the real facts. What poets says you, it could be any meaning, could move your heart, but they are not real facts. Same actually, religion basically is like science. Religion is the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like in scientific facts. It is exactly the same thing. You have to find the truth. It is not just somebody comes and just say some poetry and it becomes religion. The poetry is not religion. It is not that, read Mona Room and Sheikh Saadi and this poet and that poet and it becomes religion. Religion is really right path, sound teachings. You have to make effort. That's what people need to know. So in this world, when you look around, you can understand it. That's why Allah wants from you. He wants you to think and understand properly. See how this universe works. You have to follow those rules. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you food. This is very clear in the Quran. Says, Inna Allah huwa ar-razzaq dhul quwwati al-mateen. Allah is the one who provides you. He gives you food. There's no doubt about that. No believer has any doubt that the food comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the raziq. Allah says, He gives food to you and also to your children. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, La nas'aluka rizqa. We don't ask you to earn, to provide rizq. Nahnu narzuquka. We give you rizq. Allah gives rizq to people. That certainly, as He guides people. But tell me really, when Allah gives you food, what happens? Does He send a packed gift of the food from the heaven, from Allah to Muhammad Akram Nadwi? Does it come like that? Tell me really. I receive a packed food from Allah like that? Does it happen like that? No. Whatever Allah gives us actually, it comes through so many forces. Not only one, through so many forces. There's so many things involved for the food that comes to me. There rain, there farming, farmers actually work hard, and then after that, the wheat, they are turned to the flowers and how they make, grind and all those things. Then after that, they come to the kitchen and then other system, and then after that you eat, then other system of digestion. So many forces involved. And each one has its own rules, its own laws. You cannot actually just blindly follow one simple law for every single thing. For farming, there are laws. For grinding the wheat, there are laws. For the rain, there is law. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made something. When you eat, there is laws. When you eat, He made rules for everything. You have to understand them. It is not that you are hungry and then, just, food will come like that. He never made like that. No prophet, messenger get like that. The food comes to them, through the normal procedures, normal forces. You have to understand them, how they work. So try to understand really, this world has been made on very clearly known and understand whatever can be understood, procedures. These procedures must be understood. People can understand them. People can follow them. That's what He wants. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made a pattern. You can follow them. This must be understood. Same way guidance. Allah guides people, no doubt. Quran says, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Allah is the guide. He's the raziq, He's the guide, He's the hadi. But the guidance comes through certain procedures. People have to follow those procedures. It is not that, you just sleep and you see a dream and you're guided. The dreams don't guide the people. Guidance comes through right procedure. People have to make effort. People who guide, they have to make effort. They have to follow certain procedures. And people who want to be guided, they have to follow certain procedures. If people don't follow those procedures, nothing will happen. Even the messengers and prophets, most chosen people, if they do mistake in guiding the people, they will fail. Yunus alayhi salam did even simple mistake. He did not do enough patience, enough sabr. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala became angry with him. And we know the story. Simple thing, one small mistake. He had been doing da'wah all life. But just before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed him, he left his people. Did not do enough patience. Problem happened. People have to follow the procedures, laws of Allah, rules of Allah properly. Don't think really, don't also measure your success by the number of the people accept Islam through you. This is not the right criteria. Don't think really this my method is when I stand in the Hyde Park corner, then so many people come and ask me question and people become Muslim. Even if millions of people become Muslim, it is still not right way. Preaching on the Hyde Park corner, that's not the way of Messenger Prophet. This is not right. People will get sin when they do something like that. When people put dawah stalls and they think that so many people are interested, many of those dawah stalls, they are not right. This is not the way of the Prophet Messenger. We have to learn properly. Don't measure your efforts in the light of the numbers of the people they listen to you. It could be possible that nobody listens to you, but still you have to follow the right procedure. The command of Allah is follow the asbab, follow the procedure. Command of Allah is not the musabbab, the result. Allah never commands that you can't be a prophet unless 100,000 people become Muslim on your hand. Did he say like that? There is no command of Allah that every believer should make effort at least 10 people become Muslim on his head. Is there any command like that? Outcome and the result never your responsibility. Your responsibility always is to follow the procedure rightly, to understand the forces involved, to understand the laws and rules in that and follow them carefully. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from you. Whether anybody accepts or does not accept, it doesn't matter. It is not your concern. Your concern always should be to obey Allah, to follow His commands. Measuring things. It could be somebody, on his hand, hundreds of thousands of people become Muslim. And there's somebody, nobody accepts Islam. But this person, who actually has no follower, he could be much beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the person on whose hand so many people become Muslim. Reason is because one of them obeys Allah and the other one does not make effort to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The purpose of da'wah never has been to increase the number of the believers and followers of Islam. Never has been. This thing we have taken from Christian missionaries. It is their purpose. Their purpose is to increase the number. Purpose of du'at, messengers and prophets never has been to increase the number, to increase the Muslim population. This never has been. We have to try to understand what then really purpose is. So that's why you can see, the Quran, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appoints people to preach and to call to Islam, they are not ordinary people. They are the best people, chosen people. They are trained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are trained under the revelation. They are trained by under Jibreel alayhi salam. They are the most pious people, most intelligent people. They are the people who understand and think. They are people like Ibrahim alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi salam, Nuh alayhi salam. These great people, chosen people. If you want to do the work of da'wah, you need to be like them. Your mind should think like their mind. Your heart should be pure as their heart. Your body should be as strong as their body. You need to do what they have been doing. They are the chosen people. We need to learn from them. Don't take knowledge from the society. This actually one thing I keep teaching all the time, but that actually where people keep doing mistake all the time. Nothing really. Ibadah or da'wah. None of the knowledge should be taken from the society. Don't copy Christian missionaries. Don't copy Hindu preachers. Don't copy Buddhist preachers. Don't copy any preachers. Don't even copy Tablighi Jamaat. You need to only follow and copy the prophets and messengers. They are the chosen people. They teach you really how to worship your Lord and how to call to your Lord. They are the people. That's what we need to learn from. So don't make your source, the society, as the source of knowledge. Source of knowledge is the Quran, the book of Allah, the sound book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then nothing, no mistake. لا يأتي الباطل من بين يديه ولا من خلفه تنزيل من حكيم حميد. There's no falsehood in the Quran. Nothing. There's no mistake, no error. The book is so pure. لا يمسه إلا المطهرون. Only purified people touch it. No idea can come there in wrong. There's nothing wrong in this. That's why another thing I would like to emphasize from the beginning, that this religion is really not ideas. It is not that you ask people bring new ideas, how to preach. Now we are in England, really want to do da'wah. What are the best ideas? This religion is not ideas. The religion basically is just history. It is history. History means you have to trace back to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's what you need really. This religion basically is just history. You have to trace back to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What he did. When he faced certain conditions, what he did. When he called people to Islam, what he did. When he has difficulty in the life, what he did. That's what religion. Religion is just history. Islam is just history. It's not ideas. It is not that you collect ideas from everybody. You really need, that this book, that's what the book does really. When the Quran came, the purpose of Quran never has been to make you prophet. Do you read Quran to become prophet? Was Quran revealed to you just to make you prophet? No. The Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to make everybody else followers of the Prophet, not prophets. Only one prophet. The one who received the Quran, he is the Prophet, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the chosen man. He has been chosen. Nobody else has been chosen to receive the Quran. Ghazali, Razi, Aristotle, whatever intelligent, Ibn Sina, Farabi, you could be the most clever person on the face of the earth, but simple fact is, you are not chosen to be Prophet Muhammad. You are not chosen to be messenger. Allah has chosen for his message Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahu a'lamu haythu yaj'alu risalata. Allah knows the best who to make the messenger. He knows. He was chosen to be messenger. And rest of the people, what they need to do? They need to follow him. The Quran has been revealed to him to make him messenger. But everybody else, when they read the Quran, they don't need to read the Quran to become messengers. They only have to read the Quran to become followers of the messenger. It is simple matter. Learn how to follow the messenger. Don't learn to become a prophet. Don't learn to become a messenger. We never can be messengers. We never can be prophets. It's simple reality. Quran says, Khataman Nabiyyin, seal of all the prophets. No human being after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ever can be a prophet. You could become Abu Bakr Siddiq. You can become Umar al-Faruq. You can become Aisha and Khadija. But you never can be Prophet Muhammad. It's impossible. It never can happen. So don't read Quran to become prophet. Don't behave in this world as a prophet and messenger. We are not prophet and messenger. Our success lies to follow the prophet, to follow the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. People who are nearer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as much as they are nearer to the prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Simple matter. If you want to measure anybody's nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the criteria is how much he is nearer to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ. If you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah will love you. He is the messenger. So this from very beginning, keep in mind really. Don't make, nothing is evidence in this religion except what Allah said and what His messenger said. That command you have been given really. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps asking all the time, أَطِيعُ اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُ الرَّسُولِ. Obey Allah and obey the messenger. That's what we need to do. So in the work of da'wah, simple matter really is to understand what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been teaching for someone to be good da'i. Just do that. You cannot invent something because you don't receive revelation, and it is such a sound thing. So that the first thing I wanted to make. Second thing really is that in this religion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants that everybody makes this religion as their concern. That you can't be a prophet messenger, but you can get a concern of the prophet messenger. That you can get. That what Allah wants to create in you, and that what the companions have been doing really. Like the concern of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself. فَلَعَلَّكَ بَاقِعٌ نَفْسَكَ أَلَّا يَكُونُوا مُؤْمِنِينَ. It seems to me that you are going to kill yourself if they don't become Muslim. Whenever you see a problem, make it your problem. Like the society teaches you, mind your business. Society will teach you, it is not your problem. Not my problem. But no, the messengers and prophets teach you every problem that humanity faces, it is your problem. Every issue that you can see really is concerning the humanity, it is your issue. You should be concerned about that. Don't say to the people, mind your business. Everybody's business is your business. Everybody's problem, your problem. Make it your problem. Don't say that somebody else is responsible. I am responsible. And if I am not qualified, then I should make effort to be qualified. You can't say, since I'm not qualified, I cannot do anything. No, then make effort. Learn how to be qualified. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never says that you can't be da'i. He never said that you can't have concern of the religion. No, everybody can have. Everybody has duty. People can have. I learned this from the Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu. After the death of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when in Arab land, there are so many problems. There are certain people that refuse to pay zakat. They don't want to pay zakat. And zakat is one of the important pillars of this religion. This religion basically based on two things: the salah and the zakah. The prayer and the helping poor people, needy people, the charity, zakat. These two things are the real pillar of the religion. They always have been pillars of the religion. There have been no single prophet messenger who did not have salah and zakah. That's what religion means. Religion basically means salah and zakah. This is what have been. And now after the death of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, certain Arab tribes, they refused to pay zakat. Then Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu, he gave a speech, very powerful speech. And one of the sentences really was amazing when he gave his speech. What he said, "Ayunqasu ad-deenu wa ana hayy." Is it possible that the religion is reduced or decreased while I am alive? In my lifetime it can happen. I am alive, it will happen. That what really Siddiqiyat is. That what Abu Bakr Siddiq really. That why Abu Bakr Siddiq really excelled. That why he became best of all the people. That he made it his own concern. He did not say wa nahnu. He did not say yunqasu ad-din wa nahnu ahyaun. Will the religion be decreased when we are alive? No. What he said? Ayunqasu ad-din wa ana hayy. Even if nobody is there, I am alone. I cannot bear this. It is my concern. It is my problem. People don't pay zakat. It is my problem. It is my concern. I cannot sleep in peace. I cannot live in the peace until I solve the problem or I die. As long as I'm alive, I don't have peace. Now think really that when we see any problem in the world, what we do? We put the responsibility on somebody else. Sometimes responsibility we put on the state, that you don't have power, and the states do. Unless we get khilafah, nothing can happen. Tell me, did anybody say like that? Is there any messenger who said, I cannot make reform unless I get khilafah? Is there any prophet who said like that? Is Abu Bakr Siddiq ever said like that? Anybody said like that? Unless I get khilafah, I cannot do anything in the world. Do they like that? Think properly. That in what you need really is everybody's concern should be. When you have a problem, it is your challenge. You have to understand how to deal with that. So like what Abu Bakr Siddiq actually is amazing person in the history of the mankind. Other religions don't have Abu Bakr Siddiq. Christianity does not have anybody like Abu Bakr Siddiq. That's why Christianity corrupted, because there is nobody who can fix it. When the changes came in Christianity, when problem came in Christianity, there's no one like Abu Bakr Siddiq. But when the change comes in this religion, the first person after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has this concern. He cannot accept change in the religion. He cannot accept. He never can accept anybody to decrease anything or increase anything. Amazing person. That's why most religions failed, because they did not have after their prophets, the messengers, anyone like Abu Bakr Siddiq. In this religion, you can't become Prophet Muhammad, but certainly you can become like Abu Bakr Siddiq. And Allah wants you to become like him. You should have this concern. Think really, in my family, people don't pray, and still am I alive? In my life, but it does not mean go and fight them. No, it is not. I'm going to explain that the way is not just fight the people. There are so many different ways. Abu Bakr Siddiq had power; he could fight. But when you don't have power, how do you behave? It will come. Inshallah, I'll explain. But you should make your concern. Allah wants to see that you have pain in your heart. When the pain in the heart comes, that is the right. Then you start a right step. But when there is no pain, you don't feel anything. Nothing happens. Then dawah becomes basically just business, just a profession, earning money. You are appointed a dai, you get a salary. No thinking, nothing involved there. No life. It is just a routine work. No life there. So we need to have, this spirit of Siddiq, Abu Bakr Siddiq. Ayunqasu ad-deenu wa ana hayy. Now, next thing is, I want to explain to you to understand that why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the messengers and the prophets. What is the reason is? Is the reason really is to convert everybody Muslims? To make everybody believers? What is the purpose of the messengers and prophets? Try to understand really. The way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made the world is, the purpose of Allah never has been to make everybody believers and Muslims. This never has been. The Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the people enough abilities to understand and to think and to decide their future, to know their success and failures. And then He has given them mind and ability and power and forces, whatever they can do. And then up to them to choose. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only way is to show the path, not to make people to walk on the path, not to force people. He says very clearly, أَفَأَنْتَ تُكْرِهُ النَّاسَ أَنْ يَكُونُوا مُؤْمِنِينَ. Do you want to force people to become Muslim? This is not you. If Allah wanted, He had made everybody believers. So try to understand, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purpose has been to make everybody believers, He could have created them as believers, as He created us as human beings. He wanted us to be human beings, now we are human. If He wanted us to, all of us to be Muslims, He could have done so easily. It done. But it didn't happen. Why? Because Allah has created you to test you. He gave you all the abilities. Now He wants to test you, what you follow. أَلَمْ نَجْعَلْ لَهُ عَيْنَيْنِ وَلِسَانًا وَشَفَتَيْنِ وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. Didn't I make for him 2 eyes? And didn't I give him tongue and lips? And then didn't I teach him both paths? Right path and wrong path? Both. Now people have to decide. Now people have to. Allah is not going to force them. Allah only can teach you. Allah only can make you to learn. In that one He help you. No doubt. Certainly He helps you to learn. That right. Allah the way never has been to force people to become guided. And guidance never comes by forcing anyway. Guidance comes really from understanding and thinking. So if it doesn't come to the mind, if the mind is not guided, then body never can be guided. People only can force the body, but you never can force any human mind. It's impossible. No tyrant on the face of the earth ever can rule over the minds of the people. You only can rule over the body of the people sometime, but you never can rule over their mind. And Iman only comes from the mind. That you choose a certain path, you believe in God, put your trust in Him, it only comes from mind, from thinking. Iman never can. What will come actually? Hypocrisy. Nifaq can come. It could be possible. Some people, out of worldly interest, they become Muslim. Nifaq and hypocrisy can come by forcing from the society, from anything. But Iman only can come from the mind. Iman only can come from thinking. Allah has given the people full freedom to choose whatever they like. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Those who want to believe, they believe. Those who want to be unbeliever, they become unbeliever. Full choice to the people. Then they will face consequences. Whatever they do, whatever step they take, they have to face the consequences. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to force them for the steps. You are free to take any step. But keep in mind that whatever step you take, you are going to face the consequences. Simple matter. That's what He keeps teaching. So why exactly He sent the messengers? What the purpose has been? The first thing is, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the people, He did not create people as empty. He created people with a nature, with a fitra, with a sound fitra, which basically knows Him. Which also not only knows Him, it enjoys His companionship. It enjoys what you worship Him, like a relation between child and mother. Child is born, it is his fitra to be in the arm of the mother, to get the milk of the mother. And when he is in the company of the mother, it is not that it fulfills his need. He actually enjoys that. He feels peace in company of the mother. And you can see children, like for example, in a room, they come and they play with toys and everything, and their mother is there, and you think the toys made them to forget their mother, and they're so happy. As soon as the mother leaves the room, tell me what happens. Are they still playing with the toys? Now they start crying. You think really when the mother was there, they're playing with the toys. What changed? What happened? What happened? This natural relation between the child and mother, it's nothing really compared to the relation between the people and the Lord. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created you with pure fitra, pure nature. Your fitra basically to bow to Him, to surrender to Him, to ask Him, to cry in front of Him, to always ask, depend on Him. It is your fitra. You can't not live without depend. Like a child, depend on the mother. You depend on Him all the time. This dependence gives you satisfaction. His companionship gives satisfaction. That's how He has created you. This is part of your fitra. And you enjoy that. It is not that, Children, it is no doubt mother is their need. A child, when he is born, it is his need that to have mother. Mother is a need, but also he enjoys the company of the mother. When child is in the company of the mother, he enjoys. If you fulfill the need of the child without the mother, could be need fulfilled, but he feels pain. When you take the mother, still you give the food and all those things. The pain is there. Happiness is not there. Companionship of the mother makes him happy. When you take away the mother from him, it makes him upset. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is much deeper in our heart than the mother in the heart of the children. Our dependence on him is more than the dependence of the children on their mother. Our enjoyment in his company is more than the enjoyment of the children in the company of the mother. Our pain, when we leave him, is much more when the mothers leave their children. It's much more painful. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this thing really. It is so much deep in the nature of the people. But this nature certainly is weak. It is inside. It is weak. It is weakness. It is something weak. It easily can be corrupted. And people can corrupt. You can see really, you can make a child after a while to forget the mother. You can make a child to hate his mother. That also can happen. Children start hating the mother. That can also happen. People can be corrupted. People's mind can be corrupted against their nature. People's nature is to love the milk. But people easily, it could be corrupted. They hate milk. People's nature actually is not to love wine. But you can corrupt the nature and they start loving wine. People are not born to smoke. But you can see there are so many people addicted to smoking, they can't survive without that. Nature can be corrupted. To that understand, nature is no doubt basic foundation in your heart, in your fitra, in your inside, but it is not enough to make you to do something. It is weak. Then what you need really? How this nature can be active? How this nature can get the strength? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made for the nature, two support. One support the mind. Mind will teach you. Mind will keep telling you, no, don't do this, it is against your nature. It is going to harm you. Mind will keep telling you. Mind tells the people. You can see all the doctors, they know smoking is so bad for them. They are the one who teach everybody anyway. I was traveling on a certain country, and they're selling actually, cigarettes where it written smoking kills you. And they're selling that, smoking kills you. If I sell butter and I write down, butter kills you. Tell me what will happen. I'll be in the prison. Isn't it like that? If I sell a butter where I write down, this butter kills you. Tell me what will happen. Can I sell the butter? If I write down this butter kills you? Just think really. They write down smoking kills you and they still sell and it is legal. Just what they only need to do, just write down. Tell me if I sell something and write down, it kills you. What will happen? Is anybody to accept? This how actually human mind is very clever, but human mind is still weak. It is stronger than nature, but still has problem. Still you can see it. Easily can be corrupted. Good can become bad, and bad become good. It's just needs guidance. Reason needs guidance. Reason can support the nature if people are on the pure nature, but reason also can be corrupted. Reason needs guidance. Reason needs someone. Reason easily can get information from the society. Reason easily can like those things what people like. When your child comes from the school and says, I want this shoes, Nike shoes, it is not his reason. It's not that he has made reason this is the best shoes. No, he only buys the shoes because somebody else has in the classroom. That's all. So you can say reason can be corrupted. People take information from somewhere else and then they impose on the reason and reason start thinking about that. So to support the nature, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you, gave you what? Reason. If your reason is good thinking, good understanding, it will help you. But reason also can be corrupted. Then Allah, since He loves you so much, and really He wants to save you, He wants to guide you what He did, then He made an arrangement. He sent the messengers. Messengers come and prophets come, they are not influenced by the society. The pure people, the knowledge comes from the heaven, according to your nature and your reason. Anybody listen to society, when they teach you, their knowledge is corrupted by the society. So when your parents teach you something, their influence, everybody gets influence. I tell you really, when you open your eye, 24 hours, you keep getting influence. The only people who don't accept any influence in this world are prophets and messengers. They don't accept the influence. So pure people. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to sent those people who are not influenced by the corruption, who are not influenced by human reasoning, human culture. They come with the nature. This is what they do. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done. So when they come, now people cannot say, I did not know. Because if people have their nature is corrupted. People have their reason can be corrupted by the culture. So nature can be corrupted, and reason also can be corrupted by the culture, by the society. So people can say in the day of judgment, oh my Lord, I did not know. I saw my father doing this thing, and my parent doing this thing, and my society doing. I was thinking this is what good is. I never knew anything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the messengers who are pure. They could be Adam, Ibrahim's father. He teaches Ibrahim to make idols, to worship idols, because that's what is pleased. But Ibrahim is a messenger. Ibrahim is a prophet. He is not influenced by his father. He is much, much more pure. So that try to understand in this matter, that why there is a need for a prophet or messenger. Need for the prophet or messenger really is not that he makes people to become Muslim or become believers. Prophets and messengers never has been sent to convert the whole world into Muslims. There never has been purpose. This Quran never tells you. It never happens. Why they only come? Why the prophet and messenger come? Prophets and messengers only come to support your nature and to support your reasoning. Because your reason and your nature, they are weak. Easily they can be influenced by the society, by the house, by the parent. They can accept it. Then Allah SWT sent those people who have no influence. Nobody can influence them. The pure people. They come and they teach you very clearly and they spend time with you until the truth becomes clear to everybody. So why the messengers come? See in the Quran. So let me repeat this again really. The purpose of messenger and prophets never has been to convert the universe into believers. The purpose never has been to increase the number of the followers of Islam. It never has been. This is not the purpose. But what is the purpose of the messengers is? Quran said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent the messenger. Why? Mubashirina wa mundirin. Messengers came to make both paths very clear. If you walk on this path, which is your nature and which reason or support, if you walk on this path, you enter to paradise. Wa mundirin. And they also tell you there other path. If you walk on that one, you can walk, but it will lead you to hellfire. So both paths they make very clear. Walk on this path, go to paradise. Walk on this path, go to the hellfire. They never force you. They make very clear. Mubashirin wa mundirin. لِأَلَّا يَكُونَ لِلنَّاسِ حُجَّةٌ بَعْدَ الرُّسُولِ. Because then the people have no argument. They can't say in the day of judgment, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we did not know. Because our mind was corrupted. We had a culture corrupted us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent those people who are pure from any influence of any culture. Quran says, Ya Ahl al-Kitab, قَدْ جَاءَكُمْ رَسُولُنَا يُبَيِّنُ لَكُمْ عَلَى فَتْرَةٍ مِنَ الرُّسُلِ أَن تَقُولُوا مَا جَاءَنَا مِن بَشِيرٍ وَلَا نَذِيرٍ. O people of book, our messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has come to you. Who conveys the message clearly? يُبَيِّنُ لَكُمْ أَن يُبَلِّغُ al-message balaghan bayyinan. That's what it means. He explains the message to you very clearly. Very clear. That's what messengers do. Messengers don't force people, but they have clarity. In whatever they teach you in a very clear way. Never ambiguous language, never unclear language, never any professional language, never any academic language. The language they use, language of the people. Because the purpose is to convey the message. The purpose is not to impress the people. Academic people, when they write, they have another purpose. They have one purpose to impress the people. But prophets and messengers, their purpose never has been to impress the people. Their purpose only has been to convey the message properly to the people. The Quran says, يُبَيِّنُ لَكُمْ. Messenger has come to explain to you, to convey the message to you properly, fully. عَلَى فَتْرَةٍ مِنَ الرُّسُلِ. When there has been a gap, for a long time there has been no messenger, your mind and your nature has been corrupted. Now you become slave of the culture. Now you cannot think independently. You don't have any freedom in thinking. Your mind cannot think properly. I send a messenger who have no influence of any society. They can teach you properly. فَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ بَشِيرٌ وَنَذِيرٌ. Now has come. Bashir and Nadhir have come to you. وَاللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. So now you see, the purpose of the messenger and prophets is only one. They come, they teach you the message purely, They liberate you from the influence of the reason, from the influence of the culture and corrupt reason. They liberate you. They show you the path. So in the day of judgment, you can't say nobody came to teach us. That's only. The purpose is that you can't say in the day of judgment, nobody came to, to teach us. You can't say. There's no hujjah. The purpose, you can't see that. That's why there are messengers, no followers. Only one follower, very few followers, but they're successful because they convey the message properly. That's what is. Now this thing that we always concern increasing the number and converting every country into 100% Muslim population, 90%, 70%. It all has come from Christian missionaries. Nothing to do with Prophet messenger. So this actually, and it corrupted our mind so much that all quality as a messenger prophet have been lost. The only concentration really, take any technique which can make people Muslim. If they cannot come to Islam through this way, then open hospitals, do community works. Community work become Dawah work. Then make non-Muslim to marry Muslim women. They become Muslim. There's so many things we are doing. That's what Christian missionaries have been doing. They increase population. These dirty things have never have been the way of the messenger prophet. Meaning is Dawah is never preaching on hide corner. This thing is really useless thing. It is one of the thing really sinful, no doubt. But the way it is happening, it is sinful act. Similarly, Dawah stores and all those things, it actually have been taken, borrowed for ideas from other people. Messengers and prophets don't teach people this thing. It is something taken from other people. That's why we need really to learn from these messengers and prophets. You see, now Quran and same thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught everybody. And that's why he made the messengers to be human beings. So people can learn, people can see they also have nature, they also have mind, they also have all the needs. You can't say really that I eat and drink, so we are corrupted. No, messengers also eat and drink. You can't say I have to marry, I have a desire and this and that, so we are corrupted. No, messengers also eat and drink. They have also wives, they also have children. A human being. He did not send and just as the messengers. And at the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as the messenger. But what he did, he made his followers to become messengers. Meaning it, they do his work. They can't become messengers, but do this. So this work will continue. Now basically, those people who want to be the preachers, du'at, those who want to call people to Allah the path, they need to have same quality as the messenger prophet. Allah said, Allahu a'lamu haythu yaj'alu risalata. Allah knows the best who to choose a messenger. Not everybody can be a messenger. Not everybody can become da'i. It has qualities. It is not that you get a training, few minutes or one course or something like that, and somebody demonstrate how to convince people and how to prove Allah exists, and you become da'i. This is not how it is. It is really 40 years. To prepare a messenger takes 40 years. It's not one or two courses. It's not that you attend dawah, some dawah courses, you become da'i. It takes many years to become a good prophet, good messenger. That's what people need to do really. They need to learn. This is pious work. This is work of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It needs preparation. To become a doctor, you need to spend how many years? 20 years until you become doctor, or maybe more than that. Then you become a doctor. To become a messenger, nothing. Just few months or few courses, actually nothing. Sometimes people don't learn anything. And their life is very bad. Nobody can learn from the manners. The manners are very corrupt. And they do all the evils. So how can be barakah? So that's what we need to learn. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what he did really, because he wanted this message to continue until the day of Qiyamah, he did this two arrangements. First one is that he preserved the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by preserving his sunnah. So his followers all the time they can come and they can inspire from him. And then the book of Revelation, Quran, both of them has been preserved until the day of Qiyamah. The sunnah never can be corrupted. Sunnah and Sirah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as the Quran never can be corrupted. So people actually never have an excuse to say that we did not know. And believers always need to come to these two things and understand them properly, apply them to their lives, and then teach people. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, كَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made you the best nation. Why? So you will be witness upon the people. You see? It's not that you convert people to Islam. Witness upon the people. In the day of judgment, when people will say, we did not have messenger prophet, Allah will bring you, raise you. No, you say, we convert the message. And the messenger will be, witness upon you. That whole purpose is. The purpose never has been to convert people to Islam. The purpose always has been that, to make enough arrangement so people cannot say that we did not have any evidence. We did not know how to do. The Quran said, وَأُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ لِأُنذِرَكُمْ بِهِ وَمَنْ بَلَغَ. This Quran has been revealed to you, so I war with this Quran, and then those to whom this Quran comes, they also become warned. Me and my followers, everybody becomes warner. The people need to have this arrangement really. Now I'm going to teach you in the light of the Quran and the light of the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, what really are the qualities of Da'i, which we have made so easy. Now anybody can become Da'i. And now, Tabligh Jamaat, maybe they have done a lot of work, I can also appreciate. But the way corruption actually happens is people think they go for a chilla. Chilla means 40 days. They become Da'i. So this never happens. This is not so easy thing really, that you go for a chilla, you become Da'i. Corruption, that's why such a big corruption happening. That many of these people, they are not trained properly. Their manners are not right. Their ibadah is not right. They did not learn really. You cannot worship your Lord with ignorance. You don't learn, how to worship your Lord. And now you're teaching people, you're warning people. So corruption coming. We need to learn really what the quality of Da'i. So I will explain to you, inshallah, the major qualities of the Da'i in the light of the Quran and Sunnah. I explain to you. And then I'll explain to you what Da'i is, who is the Da'i. Then I explain to you also who are the Mad'u, who are the people you're going to invite, call to Islam. Who are these people? You have to understand them as well. So that will come inshallah. And the third thing I'm going to teach you that how you can understand the mind and the psychology of the people who you're going to invite, how you're going to treat them. And then what will be the content of the da'wah, what you're going to call to people to, the content of the da'wah, that's also important. And then I'll explain to you also is that this da'wah, it actually has its own order, sequences. You have to follow procedure properly. You have to move from one point to other point. You can't start from anywhere da'wah. Da'wah should be started from the right point. And then the styles of da'wah. What are the styles? How to come to this and then after that, the language of the da'wah, and what is the argument? How you make argument in the da'wah. And then will be the responsibility of the da'i. That how to, inshallah, I hope during the daytime, I'll inshallah cover these points in detail. What are the qualities of the da'i? First quality of the da'i is an yakuna awwal al-mu'minin. He should be the first believer. First mu'min. Da'i should be the first mu'min. Every time you can see the Prophet Messenger wants what they say, wa ana awwalu mu'minin, wa ana awwalu muslimin, the first believer. Da'i should be the first one to believe. What iman means? He should be the first mu'min. Da'i. What iman means? That iman means that you just say something, you are born in Muslim family, you become believer. What iman really means? Is it iman, the action, iman actually, spoken word? Is it iman action? What really iman is? That we have to understand. What actually makes iman? Like Quran said, when Islam spread, many Arab Bedouins, they accepted Islam. They say, Ashhadu la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad abdur rasul. Many people think iman means to say Ashhadu la ilaha illallah. Though it's not iman really. Because hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Buniya al-Islamu ala khamsin shahadat la ilaha. It's Islam. Hadith of Jibreel is, when the Jibreel Islam asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is Islam? He said, An tashhada la ilaha illallah. Shahadat is Islam, not iman. And Islam are two types of Islam. One Islam, which is come by belonging. You express your belonging to religion. That's not real religion. So you can see the Arab Bedouins, they came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they say, Ashhadu la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. And then they say, we are believers. The word Quran says, قالت الأعراب آمنا. Arab Bedouins say, we are believers. قل لم تؤمنوا. Say, no, you are not believers. You are not mu'min. ولكن قولوا أسلمنا. Say, we belong to Islam. That's all. وَلَمَّا يَدْخُلِ الْإِيمَانُ فِي قُلُوبِكُمْ. Your mind is not a believer. What Iman? Iman really is from the mind, thinking. Iman is you understand. You understand the reality of this universe. You understand your dependence on your Lord. And then you express your trust. You know what Iman means? When you say Amantu Billah, what it means? It means I put my trust in Allah. How can you put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you don't know Him? Tell me really, if I want to buy a car, and one of my friends, he's expert of cars. He knows all the cars very nicely. So I said to him, you buy for me, choose for me, and I trust in you. So tell me why I trust in my friend. Because I know him. I know him and I know that how good he is. I have seen, I have experienced. Then I put my trust in him. Tell me really, how can you put your trust in Allah if you don't know him? If you don't know him, how can you put your trust in him? Iman billah basically means knowing him properly, thinking, understanding properly. That's what it means. Iman never can come without thinking. There's no Iman. Iman never can. Iman belongs to the mind. Iman is not on the tongue. Iman is not that people pray, they become mu'min. No. Iman comes from the thinking, from understanding. It takes really, Allah does not want you to worship Him with your tongue. He does not want you to worship Him alone with your body. He wants you first to worship Him with your mind. Your mind should believe in Him. Your mind should put trust in Him. Your mind should be clear. He wants you to understand. If you understand, then you believe that what Iman is. That's why He keeps saying all the time in the Quran, أَفَلَا تَتَفَكَّرُونَ. Don't you think? Don't you understand? أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. Don't you have mind? And when the people don't use the mind, what He did? He says in the Quran, وَيَجْعَلُ الرِّجْسَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. Those who don't use the mind, I make their mind dirty. Then reason becomes dirty. He puts dirt on the mind when they don't think. He wants you to use the mind. And most people, they don't use their mind. They just want to follow someone because that's easy. Thinking is the most difficult thing in this universe. Following is the easy. That's why fashions are so popular. They just make you to follow someone. Because to think really for you what is the best cloth and what is best design, not easy. People cannot think. But it's easy to make you follower. To create an image in your mind and thus you blindly follow that's easy. But thinking is the most difficult thing. So the first thing for any da'i is what? He must be the first believer. And believer means what? That he must understand. He must think really. Take your lessons from the universe, from yourself and from the Quran. These are books of Allah. Universe is the book of Allah. Quran is the book of Allah and you yourself is the book of Allah. Look in yourself. It will teach you that how much you depend on your Lord, who you are. When I say I, tell me really what I means. What is I? Can you analyze what I is? Is my I? No, I did not make my I. What is I? Did I make my mind? Do I control my mind? I want not to be angry, but something happened, I become angry. Can I control my mind? You come to your house and you think that today I'm going to make my wife very happy. And you bring flowers and roses and this and that. And something happens and you become so upset, you break the plate and throw the food. Tell me, you cannot even control your mind. That house. What is yours then? If you don't have you don't own it, you did not make it, you don't control it, what is I? Think about yourself. Then who you are? What is yours? Nothing is yours. It's all from Him. Think, it will teach you really. Look around the universe really. People see the creation, but think the sun. Is sun made itself? Is the light in the sun come from the sun? What sun is? What the moon is? What the earth is? What the plant is? This beauty in the rose. Where comes the beauty? There was no rose, and now suddenly there rose. Who made it? Where the beauty come? Where the smell come? Where it coming from that? Make a study, make research, think that Allah wants you. He said, don't you looking around? That He all the time said. And that is why Ibrahim al-Islam is really so excellent. Ibrahim is a thinker. Ibrahim is the man of the Iman. Ibrahim is the one who teaches you how to become mu'min. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Ibrahim al-Islam as an example for all the believers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, in Surah Al-Mumtahana, certainly for you, for the believers, there is example, Ibrahim. Ibrahim is the model. Ibrahim is such a great model that even prophets and messengers have been commanded to follow him. Not we, even the prophet and messenger. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, after explaining that what Ibrahim is, then Allah said, ثُمَّ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ أَنِ اتَّبِعِ مِلَّةَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ حَنِيفًا. O Prophet Muhammad, then we reveal to you that you must follow the way of Ibrahim. Hanif. This Hanifiya actually the Iman. Hanifiya is this research that every single thing in the universe depends on him. Nothing can serve you, nothing can help you without him. You turn away from everything to him. That's how Allah has made really. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you so much in abundance, with full space. But what He also wants you, don't be attracted to those things. These things should not distract you. Beyond those things, know their creator. He gave you everything, but He wants you that these things should lead you to the creator. Their lead. Rabbul Alamin. Alam is what? Lead. When you get the food is a lead to the one who makes the food. They get the food. Think. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to use the mind properly. When you see the sun, you should lead you, the one who made the sun. When you see the sun sets, it tells you that there is one who controls the sun. Like Iqbal said, O sukute sham sahra mein ghurube aftab jisse roshan tar hui chashme jahan bine khalil. This poetic verse I like very much. It's such a nice understanding of this word really. He said, O sukute sham sahra mein ghurube aftab jisse roshan tar hui chashme jahan bine khalil. Tell me really, if you are in the desert, no human population, no lamp, nothing, and the sun sets, darkness comes, what will happen? Can you see anything? Can you see? At a time in a desert, when the no moon and sun has set, then no lamp, no light, no human population, nothing. You are alone left. What will happen? Can you see anything? No. But only one person could see, Ibrahim. Actually, that sunset made Ibrahim's eye sharper. He could see much more clear. That's why he said, "Usukute sham sahra mein ghurube aftab." In that silence of the evening of the desert, when the sun was setting, in that silence of the evening of the desert, when the sun was setting, what happens? Jisse roshan tar hui chashme jahan bine khalil. The eye of the Khalil, Ibrahim, became sharper. He could see more. Tell me really, when the sun set, what Ibrahim could see, which nobody could see. What Ibrahim could see. When the sun is setting, everybody sees, they can't see anything. But why Ibrahim could see? Mind. It is really mind. It is not the eye sees, it is mind sees. Eyes are just instrument. Eyes are used by the mind. It's a mind which sees. When the sun sets, in the silence of the desert, evening is there, night is covering. People can't see anything. But Ibrahim's eye even becomes sharper. Not only it sees. What he said really is amazing thing. Quran said, فَلَمَّا جَنَّ عَلَيْهِ اللَّيْلُ رَآ كَوْكَبًا قَالَ هَذَا رَبِّي. Really, whenever I read really these verses from Surah Al-An'am, amazing really it makes the mind so clear. فلما جن عليه الليل رأى كوكبا قال هذا ربي فلما أفل قال لا أحب الآفلين فلما رأى القمر بازغا قال هذا ربي فلما أفل قال لئن لم يهدي ربي لأكونن من القوم الضالين فلما رأى الشمس بازغة قال هذا ربي هذا أكبر فلما أفلت قال يا قوم إني بريء مما تشركون. Is anybody like that in the human history? Is anybody who could see so clearly in the human history? Nobody really. Nobody. People see things and they fall in the love. They can't see beyond that. A child is born, you just see a child is born. You don't see death behind it. You don't see he's going to die. You don't see this. When a child is born, everybody celebrates. The only person who knows the child is going to die is Ibrahim. When something is born, he is the one who can see the death so clearly. His eyes never corrupted. He could see so clearly. He knows time will pass very quickly. What is born is going to die. When the sun rises, Ibrahim knows it's going to set. People can be impressed, but nobody can impress Ibrahim. Ibrahim never can impress by this thing. Ibrahim is only impressed by the Creator, by the one who made. People worship a star. فَلَمَّا جَنَّ عَلَيْهِ اللَّيْلُ. When the night covered, he saw a star. And people were worshipping. He said, هَذَا رَبِّي. This is my Lord. فَلَمَّا أَفَلَ. When the sun set, What Ibrahim said, La uhibbul afilin. I don't love, he did not say, I don't like this star because it disappeared. He made such amazing sentence, La uhibbul afilin. I don't love all those who disappear. Not only this star, all those. This thing, how it came to Ibrahim's heart, that anything disappears he does not like. How it happens. This thing in his heart and mind, that anything that disappears, says, I don't love them. Everybody else loves it. Don't we love money? One day money will leave us or we'll leave money. But still we love money. Don't we love the position? We get a position, we become so happy, celebrate and party. But don't you know, one day this post will leave you or you will leave the post. When your child is born in your house, you become so happy. But don't you know, one day either child will leave you or you are going to leave the child. It's a simple thing. When you build a house, don't you become happy? Such a nice, but think really. That when you build a house, one day it will happen, you are going to leave the house. Or the house leaves you. This is going to happen. Ibrahim said, I don't love all those. Tell me really, who is so clear? Who is so pure in mind? And alhamdulillah, this is so clear to my mind. I really believe, after La ilaha illallah, there's no sentence in the human history as powerful as this sentence. La uhibbul afin. Nothing so clear. And it is coming from pure human mind. La ilaha illallah could be taught by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But La uhibbul afilin, to Ibrahim's research. Ibrahim's thinking. That's what Iman means. Iman means to understand this universe properly. Then you know how it depends on the Creator. That's what believers need. That's what Da'i needs. Da'i needs this Iman. Then nothing can shake him. He knows how depends in how he and the whole universe depend on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That how all the forces which work in this universe, none of them are in our control. And none of them we have full knowledge. Every single force which is active in this universe is actually beyond our control. Our life and death is not our hand. This actually is La uhibbul afilin. Then when the moon appears, again, just you want to make people happy, he said, Hada Rabbi. فَلَمَّا أَفَلَ. When disappeared, he said, لَيْ لَمْ يَهْدِنِي رَبِّي لَأَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْقَوْمِ الضَّالِّينَ. If my Lord does not guide me, nothing can. And then same thing happened to sun. And then when sun disappeared, he said, Inni ya qawmi, O my people, you can worship these idols, but not me. You can worship sun and moon and star, but not me. Inni bari'um mimma tushrikun. This clear thinking. No influence for the society. Tell me really, why the universities in this country are so successful? Why universities in the West are so successful? Because they know they are the best way to influence people. Even if somebody comes from most conservative Muslim family and they come to this university, they can influence. That's why they are successful. They know really they have got the way to influence. Why Muslims are influenced? Why Muslims, when they go in these centers of learning, why they change? What happens? Because everything influences you. If you don't have a mind, think. If you don't have Ibrahim's mind, everything can influence you. Ibrahim's house has got Azar. Azar will influence you. It is only Ibrahim who is so pure, he could not be influenced by Azar. But anybody else is influenced by Azar. If you go to the university, you have to be influenced. Everything in the society influences you. But if you want not to accept the influence, then raise your mind, raise your thinking. Be above the people. Be above the society. Be like Ibrahim. Everybody in his people used to worship idols, but not him. Everybody used to worship their star, but not Ibrahim. He refused. Everybody used to worship moon, but Ibrahim refused. Everybody used to worship sun. Ibrahim refused. He did not learn from the society. He is not ready to accept any influence of the society. Does not accept the influence of the house, and does not accept the influence of the society. That's what believers, that's what first quality of Da'i is. Da'i should not accept the influence. Da'i should influence. He should not accept the influence. Da'i passes by the shops and market and then stands there to look at the beauty of the things. Not a Da'i. If any attraction can attract you, you are not a Da'i. Why can't you be like Ibrahim? Pass by the shops and then say, La uhibbul afilin. Why you can't say like that? Why you stand there to see? Why you can't say like Ibrahim, Inni wajjahtu wajhiya lilladhi fatara as-samawati wal ardh. Why don't you say, I turn away from these shops, from this attraction to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Why it is that du'at are attracted by cars? Why it is that du'at are attracted by the money? Why it is that du'at are attracted by every single thing? Why du'at can't say, Inni wajjahtu wajhiya lilladhi fatara as-samawati wal ardh hanifa? Why they can't say, La uhibbul afilin? Reason is, we don't have Iman. We don't have the iman. Du'at could be Muslims, means belonging to Islam, but they don't have iman. Iman is very, very precious. It does not come so easily. Iman is, you are not born with iman, proper iman. Iman is your effort. It is your thinking, your understanding. Everybody, you cannot inherit from your father. Iman cannot be inherited. Iman is your effort, result of your effort, your thinking. And that's why two thinkers, their iman will differ. Somebody thinks much better way, his iman will be much stronger. Allah wants you to think. The first condition, in this world really is to be believe. First condition for the da'i is to be believer. He should be the first believer. And believer means what? With the mind. That's what iman is. Iman is put your trust, absolute trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But it is not easy. Like again, इकबाल से बराहीमी नज़र पैदा मगर मुश्किल से होती है हवस छुप छुप के सीनों में बना लेती है तस्वीरें आई ऑफ इब्राहिम इज़ नॉट ईजी बराहीमी नज़र पैदा मगर मुश्किल से होती इट इज़ वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट टू गेट एन आई ऑफ इब्राहिम टू हैव साइटिंग ऑफ इब्राहिम इज़ वेरी वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट वेरी ईजिली फैशंस डिज़ायर्स कस्टम्स कल्चर they attract you very easily. They can occupy your mind. People very easily can be attracted to a custom, to a culture, to a tradition. Very easily people say, no, I'm going to marry my daughter, it is our culture, we have to follow the culture. People can't think right. People can't raise themselves above the culture. They can't do this thing. Ibrahimi nazar, Ibrahim's eye is very, very difficult. But Ibrahim's eye, how it comes, how you try to become like Ibrahim. As I mentioned, read the book of universe. Read the books of universe. Every tree teaches you. Every flower teaches you. Every leaf of tree teaches you. Everything around you teaches you. Sun and sun, you think you get light from the sun. Before the sun gives you light, it really teaches you. It is created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is made by Him. When you go in India, people used to love things made in Japan. That Indian people used to, now I don't know what happened, but in the past, when we used to go to buy something, the first thing we used to look actually, made from where. Not going to, is good or bad, what, if it is made in Japan, then it is good. That's what people used to look in India, made in Japan. That's what everything in the universe really is. Before you get the light from the sun is teaching you, made by Allah. That's what Ibrahim does really. Ibrahim's eye does not go to light of sun. First thing his eyes goes, who is made it? Made by Allah. Like Indian people, first thing they look what? Made in Japan. That's what they look. Made in Japan. Ibrahim looks what? Made by Allah. He looks at sun, not the light, made by Allah. Tree, made by Allah. Leaf, it's so clear really. He said, Huwa alladhi yut'imuni wa yasqin. I always think really, usually people think food, this food my father bought and I got from shop. Even there actually, he removes all the intermediate thing and goes to Allah. He says, Allah is the one who gives me food. Allah is the one who gives me water. And when I fall ill, Allah is the one who cures me. He removes all the barriers and all the curtains, all the veils, and can see so clearly. This is what Ibrahim's eye is. That's what believer needs really. That's what da'i needs. If da'i does not have this eye of Ibrahim, he can't be da'i. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam truly follower of Ibrahim. When people came to him and made all offering that, to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we want to make you king and we can give you, all the wealth of Arabia, you become richest man, or you can marry with anybody. What he said? By Allah, if they put sun in my right hand and moon in my left hand, that I leave this work, I can't do this. Nothing. Sun and moon cannot, nothing can attract it. We people easily can be, one other scholar in India, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, rahimahullah, he used to say that every alim is ready to be bought. Some people already have been bought, and some people, they are waiting for their price. They don't have right price. Everybody is ready to be bought. But Ibrahim, nobody can buy it. Nobody can purchase Ibrahim. So anyway, I stop it here. And if you have any question, please ask.
Okay, Shaykh, I think there's a question online by Brother Hasib. Shaykh, you mentioned that the Dawah stalls are happening now could be sinful, but we see that some of them are very successful, but often come from the Dawah stall to the mosques and classrooms. What do you make of that?
Yeah, so I'm going to explain later on really that what is the best way of the Dawah. The way that we are doing really, involved in, many times there's so much dirty things happening. So, sometimes it creates more hatred in the society rather than doing anything positive. It could be possible that some weak-minded people, they can be influenced by you, and then they become Muslim, and then after that they go to somewhere else more clever than you, and they again leave Islam. So many of these efforts that we're making, we're not actually coming in the right way. So that is one of the things I'm going to teach, inshallah, anyway, why these works of Dawah, they are not proper Islamic. They are not based on the teachings of the Quran and Sunnah. So we need to learn from the Messenger Prophet. Just don't copy the people. Don't think that some people use TV, as their way to preach Islam. Now we should have to, start preaching on the TV. So this we have to understand. We don't need to learn from the people. We just need to learn from the prophets and messengers what they have been, what the best effective way they have been using. So inshallah that will come throughout the day.
You mentioned that increasing the numbers is not the main concern, but shouldn't we be actually trying to make people accept Islam?
Then I think when you make your concern to convert people to Islam, then to achieve that goal, there are so many means. Then you think, all these means help, to just do. Then if any mean can help people to become Muslim, let's use all those means. So this actually is not what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want that really. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just wants people to think, to understand properly, then they willingly choose something, a path. And if they don't choose, so at least they cannot say on the day of judgment that nobody told them. The purpose is not really to just increase the number. The purpose is that test. The people pass the test. Allah has made a test. You have got two choices, and willingly you choose one of them. That's what Allah wants from you. That's what you need to learn. That's what preachers need to teach really. Otherwise, to make it, I'm saying that these universities, they influence people. Also, Muslims can develop those methods which can influence people, and they become Muslim. But that is not good really. You can make this thing really. You can make, and many religions, they use those measures which can influence people, and they follow the religion. But influencing people in that way is not Islamic way. Allah SWT wants the people to understand their nature, their reason, think properly. As I mentioned already, religion basically is the same thing as science in the study of the universe, following the facts. Allah SWT way is follow the facts properly and just try to understand. Don't make people to just follow a mood or feeling. Religion is not a feeling. You can build hospitals, and then people come to your hospitals, and then how kind are this, and then after that they become Muslim. Because you can do so many community works, and which will turn into make people Muslims. But this is not how the Prophet messengers have been doing. Islamic way is really to make people to think, to understand properly. Then they choose willingly between two paths. And if they don't choose, until in the day of Qiyamah, they cannot say there was no messenger, no one to teach. But just to make any measurement to make people to become Muslim, this is not the way of the Prophet messenger.
Shaykh, you often recommend for us to serve the people. You say that Allah has two requirements from us. That one is to serve the people. So how should we be understanding this teaching in light of this?
Yeah, what happens exactly, certainly no doubt, believers have a duty to be kind to the people. Because if you full trust in Him, like for example, if you say me that you love me, and then you hate my children, you fail the test. It's impossible. If you really put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you love Him, and then you hate His creation, you fail. He gives you, and then you don't give to His people, it fails the test. That's what the purpose of kindness is. Kindness basically meaning is to accept His rububiyyah, to share what is given. That is shukr is. Part of the shukr, be kind. So kindness very important. Kindness make people to listen to you, to think. Not become the convert, but what happens, they listen to you. They listen to your argument, then they think. But Iman only will happen when people think. If people accept because you are very good, or because you make very nice biryani, and they become Muslim, it's not Iman. It could be it's belonging to Islam, but not Iman. Iman does not come from that. It only can be basically belonging to Islam. Maybe after a while it becomes Iman, but Iman does not come from that. Iman always comes from thinking. So I will come to that. I think kindness is very important. Thou should be kind. Thou should be one who makes sacrifice. Thou should be the one who basically remains hungry but makes people to eat. Thou should do this. But the way should not be to increase the number. It should be really either thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Kindness should be the result of your piety. This kindness should be. Kindness should not be like like you have a net to hunt the fish. It should not be like that. Not should be hunting net. Because you become kind to you hunt the people, then you become Muslim. This is not the purpose.
Isn't the obligation of every Muslim to give da'wah?
Like, for example, we say it is obligatory on every believer to pray. So then what it means? It means do wudu. You can't say it is obligatory on me, so I have to pray without wudu. No, you have to do wudu. I mean, you have to put on the cloth. You have to learn where the direction of Qibla is. You have to learn how to pray. So it is true that it is obligatory on the believer to do dawah. But what it means? It means you have to prepare for that. Not just it's obligatory and thus you get up from your bed and go for dawah. No thinking. So it's not like that. You have to prepare for that. You prepare for everything in the world. I know I come for teaching, so I have to prepare. Tell me how can you be dawah without thinking, without preparation? And prophets take 40 years and we take no time. Always I say like that, like many people teach Arabic language within 6 months. 6 months course, 3 months they teach Arabic language. So I say, in 3 months you only can, grow cucumber. If you want to have oak tree, it takes 100 years. It takes time. So if you want to become da'i, like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it takes time. It can't be 3 months or 4 months of course. Not a dawah course you do and you become da'i. It's long effort.
Inshallah, Sheikh, a quick question regarding how to give dawah to those who are under the influence of intoxicant and alcohol. How would you advise?
I'll come to many of the evils of the society, how to purify people. Those things will come. I'm just following a procedure. To proceeding from one point to other. So first, I'm going to explain to you quality of da'i. Then who are the people we're going to call to, and then what will be the content of the da'wah, and what will be the method of the da'wah. These things will come, inshallah. All the points will come. It's just beginning. Yeah.
Inshallah. And just a quick example, I mean, if someone comes into the masjid and he wants to take shahada and he's under the influence of alcohol, what would you say to him? Would you turn him away? Or?
That's why when people accept shahada, I always make effort to understand what make them to become Muslim. Try to understand. If people are full of the doubts, they don't know anything, just somebody made them to become Muslim, not enough really. Do they understand? Do they think properly? Then after that, then it will remain. Otherwise, they will leave. I know really so many people become Muslim. There are so many ex-Muslims. It all actually a result of our wrong dawah. Because we are very keen to make people to shahada very quickly. But their mind is not believer. It doesn't stay that. Somebody else come with an argument stronger than our argument, they leave Islam. Because we did not teach people properly. So don't make increasing number as your motive. Never think like that. Just think that it's not my duty to increase Muslim population. It's not my duty to convert people to Islam. My duty only is to explain, to teach people. After that, whether they accept or don't accept, it is their problem. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the best. He will deal with that. And my duty only is to teach and explain. The Quran says, وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينَ. The messengers have only one duty, to convey the message in full clarity. Clear message. Conveying properly. That's what the duty is. Nothing else, not more than that. Similarly, people have a problem in the family. When they raise the children, their concern always is how to make them the best children. Your concern always should be really to follow the right procedure which Allah the Messenger told you. Whether your child becomes the best person or worst person, it's not your hand. Nuh alayhi salam is such a great messenger, and Allah praised him so much. But his son is unbeliever. Ibrahim, Nuh could not help him, but Nuh certainly followed procedure. He followed the procedure. His wife, unbeliever. Lut alayhi salam's wife is unbeliever. They live in the same house, not they sleep in the same bed. But still you can see there's such a big distance. He could not force his wife. People think you can force your wife. But no, in Iman you cannot force anybody. Iman should be independent. Iman should be free. It is people thinking. So that's what we need. It looks like Fir'aun. Fir'aun could not force his wife. His wife became mu'min, believer. That's what Iman is, your thinking, your mind. Mind never can be enslaved. People never can rule your mind. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to believe in Him from the mind, which is free from any slavery.
Welcome, Shaykh. My question is, a few years ago at university, sometimes I've heard girls, when they want to target a specific group of girls who were not into deen, they would think about doing certain activities that would lure them in to encourage them to come in. For example, fashion shows. Would you say these fashion shows and makeup tutorials, things like that, would you say these kind of things were the best way to encourage them in and then get talking about the deen? Or
I really don't think really to attract people to Islam you need any of those things. Like many people do, like they make a football matches around the mosque. The children can be attracted to the mosque. None of them are really good. This will create more problem. Similarly, for example, for the charity, people do charity dinner and this dinner, that dinner. It is not for Allah. So it could be you collect more money, but collecting more money. If Allah wanted, He could make everybody rich. He does not need your money. So you make these charity dinners and this and that, and people spend money. To what? Even if millions of pounds, that's not what Allah wants. Allah wants the people to learn how to spend to please Him, not for something else that He wants people. It's not that He needs your money. He's the one who created. But people make all these methods because they have different concept in mind. The purpose is not really to attack. It could be that people don't come to you go to them. Messengers did not make any attraction for a gathering, a football match, a tournament. Then everybody will come, I'll give a speech, 5 minutes speech. They don't do this thing. They go to the people. And when they cover themselves, they'll still make effort. That's what they do. Messengers and prophets, they are pure people. They want to make dawah purely. Because if you do this thing, anybody can use this technique. Anybody can. And believers can use the same technique. And maybe they're more successful because they have more resources than you. TV, everything in their hand. They can be more successful. But Allah wants you to address the mind. That inshallah will come to address the mind of the people. Not anything else. Iman should not come through any wrong thing. To basically, end should be pure and the means also should be pure. That's what Allah wants from you.
In differentiating between the individual and the collective society, are all societies ready for dawah? Is it prepped for that kind of message?
It's not ready. They are needing dawah. All the society in the world, they are in need of the dawah. But now the people who want to do dawah, are they ready to do dawah or not? They are not ready. They are not prepared for that. So that's why the problem happens. The people need dawah. But it is not enough that people need dawah. You need to have right way, right methodology. You have to. That first thing is the iman. Most preachers, they don't have iman. They have Islam. Islam belongs, but they don't have iman. They don't think properly. They don't understand. They don't know really how to. They are not like Ibrahim. They easily can be influenced. They easily can be bought. Money easily can corrupt them. If money can corrupt me, tell me, how I'm dying. You think, and people said to me, really, there's so many stories of so many dies that how there's somebody have teaching telling me for a few dies that how they cheat certain women. The one died, somebody mentioned in London that he has got 2 or 3 wives and one of them he has no house. So he's himself homeless. So this my friend said he sleeps in his house, but he got 2 sets. I said how the wives sleep? He said wives have got their own houses. So I said, if he had no house, homeless man, how he gives it in dowry, mahr? They said for one of them he only gave 50 pounds, and for one of them, and one of the preacher, he's a preacher, preaches internationally. People mentioned to me, and one of my students, she got married with him, and he used to only give her 5 pounds a week as expenses. 5 pounds a week expense for women in London. Tell me, really, is it what people how you preach people? Reason is because it's just professional business we're just doing. It's not prophets, messengers don't do like that. That I want to teach really. Not that you convert people to you are successful. Even if you don't convert anybody, follow Allah is not interested how many people become Muslim on your hand. Allah is interested do you obey Him or not. Allah wants you to obey Him. When you pray, obey Him. When you fast, obey Him. When you do da'wah, obey Him. Whether people become Muslim or not is secondary matter. Not religion. It is not your concern. Laysa alayka hudahum. It's not up to you to guide. Allah will guide. Your way is just follow. We people don't learn how to follow the procedure.